Ugh. I don't know if it's something I ate or what. Anyways, ahoy there, mates. Silverfire here today, and may the fourth be with you. Sorry for the later stream. We're now just about to get started with Cyberpunk, The Apartments, Episode 3. Or, I don't know. It's not really a comic. So, I can't make the fun of, like, this is issue 1, 2, 3, etc.
We're on part two because effectively you guys have had a little bit of attempted murder on yourselves, and now we're at the point of whether you guys want to figure out who was attempting the murder or
Quick question.
other junk. I mean,
I'm assuming that we didn't fully recover yet, have we?
God no.
Never was shot.
Let's
We
see.
had
I
Ava
took
who was shot, and
Kevin had his arm shot off. I
yeah,
believe it was
Kevin
his left
doesn't have an
arm.
arm.
And I think I may have shot off at least the bone off the solo that used to guard the building that we live in.
Oh yeah, you were also holding someone fucking hostage and then got him used as a
No, that
bullet
guy
shield.
died. Remember?
Yeah, used him as a bullet shield. I was continuing my sentence. If you ever let me finish.
Yeah, definitely not my character's greatest moment.
It's whatever.
So
Well, I know one thing.
when
If we're raiding a corporation that owns phones, we're probably going to need backup.
that is your call, but for now, allow me to go ahead and set our lovely little scene here. So, after the lovely firefight featuring two solos and two security officers, that one of them just got used as a bullet sponge, and the other, Desmond just decided needs to die. The two solos got away almost scot free, and uh, Desmond got taken to the hospital, and later that evening got brought back home. In the world of
Uh,
cyberpunk, sleep is not the most important thing, but you do have to go to bed eventually.
yep.
So, getting a full 8 hours is probably the real fantasy here, but you guys eventually took your nice siestas, and it is now the next morning.
Yep.
So the question becomes, I have a couple of things somewhat set up. There are a couple other little missions we can take on, or we can go into the trying to look into more information and figuring out what the hell happened yesterday.
I'm assuming that we gain our fortitude points, or
Whatever your body stat is,
Mhm.
after 1 day, you regain HP equal to your body
So does it have to be a full day, like full 24 hours, or
every day. When you wake up in the morning, you have recovered that much.
okay?
And my computer fucking load.
Well,
Jesus
on the bright
fucking
side,
Christ.
I only need maybe a good another day solid sleep in order to fully recover. Three. as long as we don't get into any serious firefights. Um, hmm. I guess we should all, but I'm assuming there's a area that we could all like talk to each other.
Well, that is somewhat up
You're
to you
assuming a
guys. For
lot.
the most part, there would be a common area in the building, kind of on the bottom floor. Um, like kind of a sort of a waiting area. Uh, uh, some some chairs, maybe an old couch. Possibly a
Well, that
possibly like a boilerplate if anyone wants to
wouldn't that
make some
stuff be
synth
stolen
coffee.
considering the door's been cut open?
Well, none of you have gone downstairs yet. As of now, you've all woken up in the morning in your apartments.
Hmm.
I said having recovered whatever amount of HP, and you guys can sort of make the choice what you want to do from here.
Uh, let's see. I'm the only one that knows about the phone company going Terminator on us,
Are you?
and we don't have a whole lot of information to go off on. Would our characters even remotely meet up?
That is up to you guys. If you're, I mean, you all live in the
Yeah,
same
you're
building.
asking.
You all got shot out. That is your decision. You're literally the cop here. If anyone's going to start investigating, I definitely would think it's you.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking into it, even if no one else does. All right. What do I roll?
That is more so of what exactly you're going to do to look into it.
Well, one, I'm investigating the crime scene to see if there's any clues to where they may have went.
Well, as far as the crime scene goes, there's just about nothing left. The one dead body from the security officer is gone. You don't remember anyone moving him anywhere, but he's not in the building anymore.
Yeah, so there goes that lead.
And the guy that was out front is definitely gone as well. So probably safe to assume some scabbers saw some corpses and went, "Ooh, free money." So
Yeah,
there's still the lovely bloodstains in the old muggy carpet of the first floor.
right. I'm looking for anything that could have been used as like identification, like cards, etc.
Um, that stuff would have been like on the bodies, and the bodies are long gone. The
Right.
most you have is kind of any information you heard, maybe information your fellow your neighbors heard.
All right.
Uh,
I'll interrogate some of my neighbors, see what they would know.
okay. We have the other players if you want to investigate them.
Oh, I will be
Uh,
investigating them as well to gather as much information as I can.
well, I know, but I'm giving you the who you can go interrogate.
I guess I would investigate the landlord first since they were the primary target.
Okay. Do you want to know anyone else you can interrogate, or are you just gonna run off?
No, I'll investigate other people too before I start going willy nilly and all that.
All right, so you shut up so I can give you the list of people?
All right.
That's what I was trying to do. All right. So the as far as your neighbors go, you know of one of the neighbors that left was Grant. He was the solo that turned
Yeah,
on you guys.
yeah, he
Obviously,
was
you
the
can't
traitor,
really interrogate
so we
him right
can't.
now.
Well, we can't interrogate him. He betrayed us and left.
Yep. There was Dr. Carver,
Dead.
but you guys found his corpse and with the grenades locked in his room. Uh, there would be Gina, who was one of the was a kind of older middle-aged lady that was in the poker game.
Hmm.
There are your two neighbors, Aku and Ava, the landlord. The only other person you could think of that might know anything is a family known as the Andersons. But everyone in the building kind of understands that the Andersons aren't one of those, blood families. They're more of one of those gang families. And if there was any shady business, if they were involved at all, they're probably not going to tell a cop.
Yeah, I'll start with the old lady.
Start with the old lady. All right. Then you
Mainly
will.
because something shady went down. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot of information from the game members, but I'll try them eventually.
Then with that, you go over to her room. She
Hmm.
thankfully lives on the same floor as you, so not far a trip. And you knock on her door.
Politely.
Yep. And she goes ahead and answers through the door. Who is it?
It's Zero Jackie.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. As you hear, unlock, 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 unlock,
Yep.
unlock, unlock,
Be
and the door
patient.
opens. Slowly, or slowly and slightly, as you see there's still a chain keeping her door closed completely as
Hmm.
she opens it up. What can I do for you, officer?
Well, I have some questions for you.
Okay. Um, if it's all right with you, I'll be out in just a moment.
Take your time.
And she'll close the door. You'll hear, you'll barely hear like some noise, like some drawers or something opening, and less than 5 minutes, she unlatches the one last lock and then comes out,
Hmm.
very much and almost very obviously quickly enough that you can't see into her apartment as she closes the door behind her
Yep.
and immediately locks the door.
Hmm. And
Oh,
here I thought I
sorry,
was
just
the. And here I thought I was locked in a safe cracker.
I just like to keep my belongings safe.
Of course, of course.
What did you need help with?
Well, um, you see, I am investigating a recent crime that just happened within this building, which is it happened last night, and well, what was the guy's name again?
Oof.
The guy that we play poker with.
Hmm, Grant.
Great. So, do you know where Grant could go to hide? Would you know any information or know anyone that would know?
Um, not really. He was kind of he was a quiet guy. You know how he was in poker. It's pretty much anything you would have learned sitting there in the chair is about as much as I knew about him.
Right. Do you know anyone that would be considered enemies for Ava?
Um, I I don't know our landlady all that well. I mean, I know of her enough that I live here, but I mean, I'm not familiar with like who she talks to or anything. I mean, if anything, I'm kind of surprised to hear Grant was involved, but
Yeah, and
I
unfortunately, he got bought out by God, what was the name of that company again? I'm sorry, I didn't write down my notes this time around.
I mean, to be fair, You don't know he was bought out by that company. You only know that cell service was turned off.
Yeah.
You've made the assumption because he said something about corpos, but that is up to you.
Yeah. Do you know
It
what
was World Sat, by the way.
Yeah. Do you know of any corporations that would have hired Grant to take down Ava?
Uh, Go ahead and give me a human perception roll.
Human perception?
Mm-hmm.
What is that under?
I want to. I
Ah,
have to
found
open
it.
up a sheet
It's
real
under
quick.
social.
I figured it was social.
18.
All the way up. You you can tell she kind of looks a little nervous when you bring up corporations. You're not sure exactly why or anything, but she would she would certainly say, I don't know enough about Ava to really say. I mean, the corpos have it out for all of us, really, everyone. So it could have been anyone, any one of them, all of them, even.
Hmm. Hold on, I'm thinking real quick. Mm, now, please don't lie to me. If you know something that could help, it would be much appreciated.
I'm not lying. I don't know Ava that well. I don't know what you want me to tell you about her.
Well, thank you for your time at least.
Anytime, anytime.
Alright, next. I guess a coup.
Okay.
I go to
I'd say
Aku's
it's
apartment and knock on their door, assuming that they're there.
right. It's still it's not quite noon yet. It's still a little early in the morning. Aku, are you more of a late sleeper or are you up around this time?
Oh, I'm passed the fuck out. I
All right.
left last night, so
Yeah, you just hear like a loud banging.
You
do
you
I have to roll anything
immediately
to look up? Oh, okay. Uh,
I mean I was just gonna ask if you're immediately going for like the cop banging on the door roll already, but
No, I'm gonna go for a polite knock, and if it's not answered within about a few seconds, it's like enough for like a responsible time. I knock a little bit louder
Mhm.
until it's like a full-on cop.
All right.
you're gonna go
I mean
straight
it's
to the cop knock
No, I
after a
don't go
while.
straight to it. I lead up to it.
No. After a while, I said.
Yeah, after a while, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, it's completely up to you, Aku. There's not a specific role for it. It's if you're
Okay,
how
so
tired your guy is.
once he gets to the he's doing the cop bullshit, I'm
Hmm.
immediately going to open it and shove a paper in his face. Unless you have a warrant, get the fuck out of my face.
Look, I'm not here to arrest you or anything. I just want to ask you some questions. That's all. I'm not here to search your apartment or anything. I'm not even accusing you of any crimes. I'm
My
just
room is purely dark and only a couple of screens on. It's wide open.
look. I know you're better at at computer stuff than I am, but that doesn't mean you have to
Yeah,
be
and
all up
your
in my face
points.
about it.
And I just don't like you coming around my goddamn room.
Look, just answer a few of my questions and I'll leave. Just
Uh, Answer a few. Am I under interrogation?
no. Mm, more like you're going to try to help me figure this shit out.
Oh, I'm going to help you. Oh, I like that.
or at least give
After what
me.
I saw last night, I'm not helping you if it's going to be that situation. As I start shutting my door slowly.
Look, what do you want me to say?
What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking to find the people that were trying to kill our landlady. I'm trying to figure that shit out so that way
Well, why haven't you
I
asked
have a
me?
proper
My
lead
God.
to go to. I'm building up information that I can gather, basically what you do, just more formal.
It, how do you know what I? You know what? Now I start shutting my door.
It was a joke.
No, that is not a joke. You're accusing my profession. That's way more than a joke.
Anyways, will you help me out or not? And
What, you gonna
by
pay me
all
for?
means, you have full right to close the door and go about your day.
You want a job done, and I'm sure you kind of heard what I'm from the landlady, I guess. Just what are you looking for from me exactly? You haven't exactly explained that, other
Alright,
than
I'm just going
what
to
the
ask a
landlady
few
wants.
simple
That's
questions, and then I'll be on my merry way. Done deal?
I'm waiting.
Alright.
You have yet to ask.
First of all, do you know of any potential enemies or rivals that would even remotely target Ava?
Off the top of my head,
Off the
couldn't
top of your head.
say. Couldn't exactly say.
Hmm.
Well, without well, something on top.
You mentioned earlier that you was there on the bottom floor. Uh, did you perhaps
When did I say I was
overhear?
on the bottom floor?
Well, okay, maybe not the bottom floor, but did you overhear anything that Gene may have said or people that he would talk to?
Look, we just play some card games together every occasionally, man. I
I,
don't know what else you want.
I'm well aware. I'm just trying to see if I can find either his where he could be hiding or go to hide, then
I
trace.
hardly knew the guy.
Right.
However, do I know anything of him by professional wise?
The one thing that majority of the people know in the building is Grant goes through another fixer for this area, and that is by a fixer by the name of Rex.
If you really want more information, how about you just, hit up the people that know him best?
Right. Of course. I'll get to that. I'm getting around to that.
And do you know who they are?
Uh, what Rex, right?
All right, then I don't see exactly why you came to me, Mr.
Well,
Officer, as I do air quotations.
you're you're a witness. I still have to. I'm not.
Witness of what? I heard some gunshots last night.
That's a witness. You're a witness to a
I
crime that
heard
happened
some
within the building.
gunshots last night. That's every night.
Fair enough, but still. Anyways, uh, do you know if any corporations that would be targeting Ava specifically?
It, you know what? I just start coming out of the room and I start walking to Ava's room.
You didn't answer my question.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I start walking to Ava's room, I guess.
All right. And
Alongside
then,
me.
for the sake of it, Eternity, Do
Yep.
you also choose to live on the third floor, or do you have like a special landlady room on one of the other floors?
I'm in a normal room, but it's on the second floor.
On the second floor, okay.
Actually, you know what? No. Wait. I think I told you second floor, but if I'm able to re-choose right now, I think it's on the first floor by an exit.
I mean, if you wanted to, but I'll also keep in mind, yeah, first floor is effectively the least defended.
True. I'll go with second then. Close enough for escape and better defended.
So, so Jackie just follows Aku down the stairwell and down to the second floor where Ava's room is.
And then I do the whole gesture there.
Well, sorry for bothering you. You can go about your day.
I work late, asshole, as I start walking back to my room.
Rest well. As I knock on Ava's door.
All right. And Ava, what's your sleep schedule like?
It is. I stayed up probably pretty late last night checking the building.
Mm-hmm.
But also I am a very late sleeper, so after a couple of gentle knocks, I do wake up. Uh, oh, afternoon, officer. Did you need anything?
It's actually barely even noon.
What? I lost track. Whatever.
That's fine. I got a few questions to ask you.
Um,
So, of what happened last night.
Certainly, and in fact, I was going to implore for your help in that subject. It's really quite shaken me up, and I'm not sure uh, exactly why it happened, but I could certainly use the extra protection, and for you to bring whoever's done this to the law, of course.
Well, that's what my job is, and that's what I'm doing. I got a few questions for you, though. First,
Go ahead.
do you know anyone that would specifically target you personally?
I, I mean, I've had a few bad deals in the past, but nothing worth killing over.
Right. Well, whoever these guys are wanted your head on a silver platter. No offense.
It would seem that they did.
Anyways, do you know if where Grant would typically go if he went to on another job with through Rex, say a hideout or potentially?
Speaking of, as I mentioned, I was going to request your help. If you don't mind acting as some backup, I was going to pay Rex a visit today. After all, it is his man who
Yeah, I'm gonna
seemingly was a
investigate
major
him.
part of the attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If
investigate
you
him
wouldn't
next.
mind.
So
Yeah, yes, exactly.
we'll just
So
go there together.
that was what I was asking for.
All right. All right. Do you know of any corporations that would specifically target you overall?
Corporation? No, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I've
Well,
never
according
been
to
that important
Grant,
of a person.
last night, a corporation paid him to kill you, which is why I'm asking.
No, I can't think of one in particular. Did you have any ideas on who it could have been, officer?
I only
You're
have one
probably
at the
much
moment.
better at this investigation
I only
type
have
stuff
one at
than
the
I am.
moment. All of our phones went off all at the same time. So my best educated guess limited evidence and knowledge right now is the damn phone company.
Well, a decent deduction. You should certainly take the force and look into that. I think I personally would be better off speaking with Rex before we get any
Oh yeah,
police
that's
intervention involved. After
well,
all, you know the state of things here.
yeah, I know. That's why we're going to Rex next, cause the only person that would know remotely where Grant would hide, it would be him. Also, places we also need to keep a Bolo out, which I probably gonna have to call in a favor for that one. But in this day and age, it could be anywhere. Hell, it could be already out of Night City for all we know.
I doubt he left the city.
You never know.
But it's possible. We're not exactly the greatest countering force in the world. He's probably not afraid of us.
No, he's not. If anything, the guy's gonna try to recover, get his arm fixed, because I may have broke it, then come back for more.
I mean, I will say this about trying to run away. Night City is a pretty big place, plenty of places to hide. Not to mention, there's not another city for like miles upon miles. So it'd be harder to leave town than it would be just to hide here.
Yeah, I'm just only giving the potential throwaway line that he could be out of town. Not that he is. But if I had to, I guess he's still in town hiding somewhere. So let's talk to Rex, see if he knows anything.
So, do you guys want to set off to go have a chat with Rex?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean Rex
Okay.
is our physically our only lead other than the gangsters. And me
Well,
being
you
a
would
cop,
know Rex. Well, Ava, you do have Rex's number, as he's the one you have to pay for protection. And since you did just collect rent, you do have to pay this month's protection money anyway. So giving him a call, he'll most likely answer.
Do I know where he is, though?
Without calling him, no. Like you don't know where he lives. You
Okay.
usually have to meet up somewhere, usually public places.
Okay.
He likes to do
Yeah, I would have
most
preferred to
business
do it
in the
in
open.
person, but if I have to make a call, I'll make a call.
If
well,
you want to figure out where he is, you got to call him, text him, something to that equivalent, so you can
make a
say,
meetup
"Hey, let's
point
meet up here."
essentially.
I'll give him a call then.
All right. You call him up, and if you ring, just about you're just about at the point. He's not gonna fucking answer. Last second answer. Rex, what's up?
Well, I'd hate for something to get in between our current, quite stellar ability to work with each other. Your man Grant. Are you aware of what occurred?
Uh, haven't talked to Grant for a few days or two, but if you don't mind, I don't like to talk about other clients over the phone. Plan somewhere to meet up.
Yes, that would be um probably for the best. Uh the issue's quite sensitive. You wouldn't mind if I brought protection, would you?
Not a problem. I got my bodyguard with me.
All right, fair enough. I'll meet you at usual place.
All right. Send you the deets as he hangs up.
I
And
have to ask, but where's your usual place?
We're going there.
Right.
the usual place is this sort of seedy bar.
Oh, and don't wear your uniform.
Well, I wasn't planning on it.
I don't know. You're weird.
How am I weird?
I mean, I would say right now he's not even in uniform. He's just casual wear. He certainly has his badge on him, but
Yeah.
he's technically not on the force at the moment. So
Yeah, suspended.
hmm
Suspended with pay, but
I don't know if I keep up with him enough to know that.
I told you.
I mean, you
Literally
Oh,
first
okay,
session.
yeah, you talk about it probably. Yeah.
he talks about it, and like standing in front of you, he's not in uniform. So
All right.
the most you get is he would probably like flash his badge if he felt he needed to, but I imagine around the complex he wouldn't bother.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I wouldn't bother
no
around the complex.
identifiers. That'd be.
Unless it was absolutely fully necessary.
Yep, but you guys go meet up. Rex usually likes to meet up at some bar. There's a couple different places he likes to go, but yeah, he likes the crowd. Lots of people probably doing other shady shit that aren't paying attention. And as you guys are making your way out there, Aku, I assume you're gonna try to go back to bed, but as you're laying there, struggling to fall back asleep, you kind of for the first time notice your agent's been buzzing just a little bit. You put it on silent when you go to bed. You check it, and you don't have a big following on your live stream, but you got a few subscribers that like to keep you in touch. And there's a couple people who have been emailing you about this corporate job, and you just so happen to notice the subject line is, "Yo, look what's going on with WorldSat right now." So we can go ahead and check your email.
Mm.
Oh, did Crow's mic go out on him again?
If you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Yeah.
I think Crow's Discord is
His
broken
mic.
today.
On Discord or mic or what? Hey.
That's getting annoying.
Yeah, I can tell it's
Oh
annoying.
god.
We can hear you now, though.
It's gonna be one of those days for you, isn't it?
Anyway, I go ahead and look more into that message I got.
All right. So it appears to be, for the most part, a bunch of people have been emailing you the same news story. WorldSat has been trying to expand their communication hubs as far out as they possibly can, even into the combat zone. They're currently looking into several key locations, buying out buildings or helping with construction work to demolish old buildings that aren't in use. And hopefully, within the next few months, maybe even a year, they'll have a brand new communication grid set up.
Hmm.
And you can thank your lovely rumor skill for that bit of information.
Nice.
So it looks like out of character that WorldSat is doing a bigger picture, and we just happen to have been caught in the crosshairs.
So
Possible
I
guess, but
send uh that forward towards Ava.
all right. And you send her text message, link to the story. What do you tell her exactly?
I figured this might catch your attention.
Yep. I'm assuming me and Ava are at the bar now.
Unless Aku wanted to do anything else.
No, I'm going back to sleep. Like I said,
All
I'm a
right, Aku.
late sleeper.
Yep. Aku's back in bed for a while.
Yep.
But Ava, you hear your agent buzz just as you guys walk up to the front door of the bar.
Hmm.
And you can choose to look at it now or wait till the meet is over.
I'll look at it as I'm walking in.
I
Uh,
respect her privacy, so I'm not gonna look at the phone
Look at it.
unless she
I mean,
shows me.
to be fair, they're working together. If information needs to be shared, it will be shared.
Well,
Yeah.
no, as in it literally cannot show you physically.
Hmm.
She has to send it forwarding to you otherwise.
Well, no, if he wanted to, he could look over her shoulder. She doesn't have a her.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
wait,
not. Like I said, I'm not looking at it because
Internal
I respect her
echo.
privacy.
You can't know. Oh my god.
not that's what I was gonna. Do you have internal agent, Ava?
Yeah, I
Yes,
do.
he does.
I do.
Hi,
Uh,
members.
would your character even know that number?
But it doesn't have a screen
The
on it,
num
so the number.
It's the number of the landlady. Why wouldn't he have it?
Uh. Anyways,
Not to mention, he messaged me first.
Yeah.
so me and Ava enter the bar. What do we see?
You see a crowd of random people for the most part, but Ava can immediately point out, there's a little private booth over in the corner. There is a pretty well-armed dude standing there in a nice suit that looks a lot thicker than it probably should, standing right beside good old Rex, who's basically got an agent in his hand, seemingly talking to someone already. Just he's doing business as always.
Uh-huh. I'm assuming. So, there's Rex. Oh,
Morning. I hope your day is treating you well.
As soon as you approach, the bodyguard kind of steps in front of you. Rex doesn't even look up, just got his shades on, and you can kind of see behind the shades his eyes are lit up. That's a common feature when people have, like, the internal software for agents. He's kind of talking in a whispered tone, and he goes, "Yeah, we'll finish up the deets later. Yeah, I'll send you the address. All right." You see him press a button on his agent. They can sit down, and the bodyguard steps out of the side.
yep.
Uh, and he looks you up and down, Jackie. Good muscle. Uh, you get a bunch of new tenants in or something to hire this guy, or
I've been a tenant at her place for a few years now, actually.
A tenant, yes, new to helping me out on a few things.
all right. So
Hey, it's
what's the
either
deal with
this or
Grant?
me watching movies all day.
Well, last night was unpleasant. Biggest issue, of course, that he directly betrayed us. So,
Which is partly why I'm here.
Directly betrayed. How? What do you do?
I
Uh,
got shot and he was attempting to kill me.
You see him lower his shades, and he actually looks a little surprised. Huh. All right. He takes the sunglasses off, kind of tucks them into his shirt. I'm interested.
do you
What's
want me to
going on?
explain, or do you want to explain?
I'm certainly interested in as well. First of all, the man you hired for us did betray me. I would hope that entails at least a little bit of compensation for getting shot. Um, but besides the business talk, where did you find Grant?
Grant is a top-notch solo. Done jobs with him for years. And every once in a while, someone calls for protection. He's the man I call.
Was he
I
known to be susceptible to being paid out?
I mean, I've certainly not met a man on the streets that can buy me off, but if someone bought off Grant, they got some hella deep pockets.
Uh, follow-up
It
question.
would seem they may have.
Follow-up questions. Do you know of any corporations that would potentially hire him for his skills?
You're acting as my
Uh,
guard.
I mean, maybe. He's, big talk on the streets, but Corpo's like the hired muscle with a right kind of reputation. Grant's never had that.
Hmm.
Very true. Do you know of where he would go
Uh,
when in trouble?
well, unfortunately, I don't got an address. I know he's got at least one or two safe houses around town. Your place being one of them, but
Yes, I didn't expect you would. Um,
Hmm. A random thought just entered in my brain. Uh, hold on. Uh, can I whisper without him hearing me, or? Oh wait, he probably has
you
some type of audio to pick me up, so that wouldn't matter.
that it is basically up to you to decide whether you think he'll listen into what you say.
Uh,
Yeah,
I,
you don't know Rex for the most part. You know
yeah,
of him.
yeah, I know of him, but I don't know his reputation, etc. Ava, you wouldn't happen to have the key for Grant's room, would you?
I mean, of course we can go to his room. He wouldn't have left anything there. He's a professional.
Well, let's assume that he did. Who
We'll
knows?
check it
Maybe he left
later.
something behind. Anyways, getting back on track.
In light of
Well,
the betrayal, do you think Grant would still respond if you called upon him?
I mean, more than likely, if he decided he was gonna screw over business with me, yeah, I find it unlikely. He knows how I run. This type of
Yes,
shit doesn't fly with me.
I did think so.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And best I can offer, if you got the cash, I can put in a good word, see if he's hit up anyone else for work or if anyone's seen him around. But I mean, my information fees aren't low.
No, they certainly aren't, and I think I have that covered for now. If I get desperate, I'll certainly contact you.
Yeah.
Anything you would like to know to try and deal with this issue?
Oh, I got people to handle stupid shit like this. I don't think I need much out of you. Unless you got anything else to say, wouldn't mind going over business real quick with you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, as an apology for Grant being a shithead, we'll say protection fees this month are squared away. I can't make any promises that I'm going to find a new guy for you real quick. If
I
Grant's, like I said, Grant was one
actually,
of my number ones. So
I actually have someone in mind.
if you got someone in mind already, I'll keep an ear out in case you change your mind.
I'm
But
of course not going to break connections with you, but I
oh, I know
would
that.
feel safer after the most recent incident to hire my own help for a little while.
You go right ahead, but at least for the time being, I'll I'll make sure any word of what Grant did is stays low. I mean, Grant's name was the main thing kept the gangers out of your building, so as long as no one comes looking, that's more than enough
Yes,
for a bit.
that would be very appreciated.
At
Um,
most, at most, luck being bearing, we got about a month.
That's what I'd say.
have you heard about this? Oh God, names of places. New expansion that what is the company called?
World sat.
World set.
WorldSat.
Yes.
Have you heard about this new expansion that WorldSat's apparently taking on?
He
Hmm.
gets a weird look on his face. A little out of the blue.
No, but I do think it's connected.
Uh,
It turns out our phones were shut
disconnected.
down during the attack.
Hmm.
You know how your
Give me a
I
sec.
don't know if I doubt WorldSat wants me, but they could have been paid to shut down our connection in the area.
uh, I do have. You know
I
how
mean, as
your
far as you
agent
know,
acts
World
all
sat
wonky in
doesn't
like
have
a
a.
Faraday cage with no service and whatnot? Like,
What do you say?
you know how your agent uh has no signal in like a Faraday cage?
Are you telling this to Rex?
No, I'm saying I'm using it as a metaphor for him.
Right. Yeah.
That's basically what happened in the building. I'm not sure if it was just a localized to that building specifically, or if it was a few other buildings or blocks, etc.
Give me a minute. He literally like, puts his finger up. He flips his shades out and sort of puts them on his face. And I mean, even though the lenses are real thick tint, you can sort of see his eyes light up behind him. Okay. See his eyes flick off as he takes his shades off. Uh, I mean, don't get me wrong, World Set's big enough they'll pull whatever the fuck the corpos want to pull, but it's a pretty big stretch to assume they're involved in something like this.
Oh yeah,
I'd think something.
I'm not making assumptions until I see the evidence.
Look, if you ask me, and you didn't ask me, WorldSat might be connected, but like if this was something they wanted, it would have been done more professionally. I don't think you'd still be sitting here chatting with me.
That's
That's something they
why I
wanted.
suggested that someone just paid them off to temporarily shut down the phones.
Yeah,
Would make a lot
exactly.
of
I think
sense.
there's something personal going
They're
on
not
here.
they're not my main concern. I was just curious. It's happening at awfully coincidental time.
But hey, that's Night City for you. All
True.
right. Well, unless you guys need anything else, I got other paying clients to talk to. The whips out his shades again.
I do have one more unrelated thing. You see, in the events of last night, we did lose the doctor. And, well, you know he has his fully functioning cryolab in my building. If you think you could find someone to either fill the vacancy for a premium or to sell it to, contact me.
Oh, there's a lot of Ripper Docs in Night City. Yeah. Hmm? Don't tell Will. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, there's plenty of Ripper Docs in Night City. I think I can put in a good word or two. I'll if,
Sounds good.
as you see the bodyguard kind of step out the way, Rex gets up and starts making his way out the bar.
All right.
Hmm.
Before we head off and go, I'm like, well, that's at least a connection there. That World Set shut down the framework. Whether or not they're the ones behind it is, like you said,
Well,
a bit of
like
a
I said,
stretch.
I doubt they're the ones behind it. I have no connection to them at all.
Well, like I said, we better check Grant's apartment. Maybe shot in the dark. Maybe he left something behind. That's where I come in.
I'll give you access and time to search, officer.
All right. Hopefully, no one broke in already. I doubt it, but
No, I don't think anyone broke in, but I do think he probably took anything important with him.
he may have taken things important, like clothes and stuff. But that doesn't mean he didn't leave anything behind that we could use as a clue, or at least a way to kind of track him down, and then we can go take him down and go from there. By take down, I mean arrest, of course.
No, takedown is the correct wording.
Well,
We're not exactly in the main city.
well, but why expand into the combat zone? Hmm. GM, you said our building's basically right on the outskirts of the combat zone, right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. That could.
Yeah, your guys' building is basically located right in there.
All right. Hmm. Nah, it's probably nothing. But it would make a lot of sense. It would be a strategic point of interest. A lot of rooms. Hmm.
So,
I start mumbling to myself about the potential connection.
well, by the time you guys make it back home, it's a little bit in the afternoon, maybe just before 1 o'clock or something.
Uh-huh.
Ava, I will say this. After you get a chance to fully read that news article about World Set expanding, you do note there is a brief mention of several corporate sponsors that are left unnamed in the article, but there's some people helping to push money along towards this project.
I'll read through the list of people trying to help along.
Well, if
See
they're
if I
Well,
recognize any of them.
on the news story, they seem to be left unnamed, so it's something you'd have to try and dig up
Look
to
into.
see.
All right.
Yes. Which, if you want to, that is a skill check we can roll.
Sure.
Let me double check to make sure. Ooh. Yep, there we go. Under the education skill, there is a library search.
Okay. Give me a second.
uh, are we almost to the apartment or at the apartments? Where are we at?
Uh, Basically, you guys just got back home. By the
Alright.
time Ava's walking in the door, playing with her phone, clearly doing something.
Load. There we go.
Oh, let me double check. Piece of paper here. Let's see. Mm, what's the thing I'm looking for? With a 16, you do a little Googling, and for the most part, nothing out of the ordinary once you do track down a few of the names, a few things you would expect, like a construction company that's working in the combat zone, uh, a security company, even Arasaka's involved with this. Uh, but there's one name that catches you off guard, because not only does it not make sense, but it's a name you know. It's this not a huge one, but a decently well-sized corporation that produces prosthetics.
You got something?
No, just seeing if there's anything that pops out at me.
You kind of jumped there for a second.
Did I?
Well, I'm assuming you were taking it back. You would do a physical movement.
My entire job is to interact with people. I'm careful about what I show on my face.
I mean, there wasn't really anything of note unless you were specifically watching her.
I was kind of not really paying attention. Just trying to make idle chit chat effectively. As I would, at the last minute when she looked over whatever name, I didn't look at her phone, but I saw her, at least her expression. That's the best I know. Anyways, let's get
So
into
what do we?
Grant's apartment and try to track down any information, potential people that hired him, etc.
Do you pass off the key to him, Ava?
Yeah. I'll give him the key to Grant's apartment.
You could come in with
Alright.
me if you want.
I'm alright. I'm not really familiar with that type of work anyway.
Alright. Uh, hmm. Can I check for booby traps?
That is your call if you want to.
I'll check for booby traps, just to be on the safe side. What would that be?
That would be under your awareness skill, the conceal/reveal object.
Alright. 8.
You come up to the front door, and as far as you can tell, the door doesn't seem to be trapped at all. You very slowly open, unlock, look around. Looks like a normal apartment.
Alright, I step in.
Looking around, for the most part, the place is well maintained, surprisingly. I mean, there's not trash everywhere, not clothes that are all over the place. A few like basic bits of furniture. There's a bed, couch, maybe a dresser. It's very plain.
Alright, I start looking for any potential leads, papers, documents, etc. And I look for potential places that would be like hiding spots, like say a hidden compartment in like a dresser, etc. In other words, I'm checking every nook and cranny that I can find.
Uh, Go ahead and give me another conceal reveal. Ooh. All right. You've been through a few different searches, a few different drug busts. You know a few of the common places. You flip the mattress, you flip the couch, you pull out the dresser drawers. You're looking every nook, cranny, everywhere. Um, Nothing.
Uh, s-
Not even not even a hidden compartment, secret pocket. The
Like I
most
said, a
you can
professional.
find is you will notice over in sort of like the corner of the room by the window,
mhm.
there's a sort of flattened out part of the carpet where you can kind of recognize most likely there was a box, chest, suitcase, something that was sitting there that's been sitting there for a while. Gone now, though.
Alright, so there used to be a suitcase here.
Yep.
Um, are there any like loose floorboards, or is this just like a solid floor?
It's a carpeted floor. I mean, as far as you don't really have you don't know if you have permission to start ripping up the carpet or anything, but at the same time, going as far as you have so far, if there was a part of the floor he was hiding something under, you would have spotted it by now.
Right. Hmm. Oh damn.
You've looked this. You've tore up this apartment, just everything. The most you found were some cockroaches in the bathroom. You can imagine they don't have any secrets to tell you.
I don't know. I don't trust them.
uh.
Better interrogate him real quick. Hang on. Who do you work for?
Squeak!
What gods do you serve?
Squeak!
I love that's the sound cockroaches make.
Uh,
Yes.
I don't know what a
The
cockroach
classic
sounds like.
cockroach sound.
I'm allergic to them. I don't know what they sound like. I typically try to avoid them.
You're allergic to cockroaches?
Oh yeah, I'm like a 3 on that. Basically, if a
I've never heard
cockroach
that
touches
one
me, I can
before.
basically die.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm
No
not joking.
cockroaches even bite.
No, I meant touch.
The fuck? Okay.
Like literally
Well,
any exposed
no.
skin I have cockroaches on, I will break out and probably would need to go to the hospital.
All right. Fun fact. Everybody at home, you wanted to kill Silver. Now you know.
Cockroaches.
The most weird ass way to kill a man. Well, maybe not
I
the
mean,
weirdest.
the cops would never know it was you. You just have to release a bunch of cockroaches into his house.
Yeah.
They like finding me
All right,
though.
but
Well, shit. I got mostly bad news. Silver lining, but bad news.
well, actually, are you just speaking to the walls, or were you going somewhere?
I go back out to speak to Ava.
All right. So, Ava, while he's tossing the room, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go to Aku's room.
Okay. Aku, it's about 1 in the afternoon. You still in bed?
No, I'm in the middle of making videos.
Okay. You hear a knock on the door.
God damn it! Now I have to start over. I turn off the recording and I move my ass over to the door.
Okay.
Oh,
Afternoon.
you.
How are
can I
you
help
at?
you, landlady?
Yes. How are you at researching?
I can get some things. What are you wanting me to search exactly?
As much as you can about the article you sent me, and anything you can find in conjunction with, and I'll show him the prosthetics company that I specifically am worried about.
We'll just call it
Prosthetic.
we'll just call it a prostheto. We'll call it veteran for now.
Nah, I like prostheto.
I mean, it's up to you if you wanted to
No,
be
I'm
prostheto.
I'm kidding. No, please don't.
I was making a joke one too.
It's called veteran. They make an effort to help people
God,
from the
imagine
various
having
wars get
your
supplied.
BBEG being called prostheto.
Be down for it.
Oh!
I will control prostheto and by then the world.
I will own this city and run it with prosthetos everywhere.
So, look. So
Oh my God,
we're gonna
that
look
just
more
sounds-
into.
That just sounds so stupid saying it
All right. So we're gonna look into that news story some more, and then see if we can dig up some information on veteran.
Yes, certainly.
That is at least what he's wanting me to search up.
That's what I'm asking
And
for him to do.
and after you respond with that, I'm going to say, and I'm getting paid with how much?
You're not getting paid. You just, as long as we're working on this project, will not have to pay rent.
Deal. As I shake hands immediately.
Well, you just lost one person's revenue for the month.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, my character doesn't
All
even
right.
got that deal yet. But he's
You
fine with
didn't
that.
ask.
You're a cop. This
You're
is your
paid in
job.
justice.
Yeah.
All right. So, uh, do
I'm gonna look up mostly on the internet until I have to, unless there is something that says I have to basically run my ass over to a spot to get more information.
Also, as a second part of this, just I do want to see and review whatever videos you make about me and my building before you put them out. And if I ask for a change, you will be complying.
Oh, what? I get kicked out?
Not kicked out, just I'm looking for a way to
That's
make
normal.
this more even.
I'm on my computer with the door open.
Look, it seems like a pretty good deal to me. You'll get views either way. I probably won't dox anything that doesn't directly have to do with my reputation.
Don't worry, that's the backup file.
Fair enough. And I'll head
then
back to my room.
then we've got two library searches. We'll have the first one being on the any more information on the news story itself, and then the second one will be about that company.
So, library searches?
Yeah, it's a skill under education.
Shit, I don't think I went into that one.
It is one of the skills you had access to, so you certainly should have.
Well, I had access to it no matter what I am.
I meant as far as like upgrading. Library search is your ability to find information.
It's my thing everyone wants to load. Skills, if I remember where that is. In education, you said, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I did not put into that one. I'm more of a hands-on person.
All right, as far as the news story goes, I mean, about all the things you can find is literally the website itself. I mean, it's
I'm
who made the
strongly assuming
story.
you can't dump your luck on someone else's rolls.
No,
No,
it
Okay.
only
Oh,
affects your
right,
character.
I forgot about luck.
that's bureaucracy. You got to roll a library search.
No, I didn't mean a cert. Fuck you.
So you have another library search to learn anything about veteran, and you can use your luck points as long as it's before I tell you the outcome.
And I'll use 3 luck points.
3 luck points. That's an 18. Okay. Looking into Veteran as a company for the most part, it is a prosthetics company, kind of one of the more old-fashioned ones. They're not as much dedicated to the fancy or shiny stuff. They're more dedicated to giving people their lives back. Their specific brand is they help disabled veterans from wars and combat zone problems. But looking into them a little further, um, it is very often they get substantial donations from large security companies to help fund further research. The main thing that you can look into that sort of pertains to the situation would end up being the CEO of the company. Uh, to check something. Uh, Man by the name of Corvin Hot. I believe I'm
Sure.
pronouncing that right. Corvin Hot, Corvin Height. Anyway, Mr. Hot here is he's had a few weird cases, a few different like police reports stuff. He's gotten into some trouble over the years, but the main thing you take note of is he recently did an interview with a news story talking about the fact that he is hoping to expand the company through connections with other businesses and mainly in helping in the rebuilding of the combat zone and making it a more livable place. And his
Well, ain't that noble?
it doesn't note who he's been putting money towards, but it's at least a connection. I would say the main thing that kind of strikes you weird as you're sort of going over the interview, you've seen the guy before. Not like talked to him in person or met him or anything, but you've seen him around the neighborhood. You kind of just thought he was just some random average passerby, hang out, kind of local places, cross the street, stuff like that. And the longer you think about it, the more you realize how often you've seen the dude, like at least once a week.
Oh no.
Well,
Fuck.
Is it? Are you still with me, or did you leave?
I left back to my room.
I send a message with the face and with the notification of I've actually seen this guy around consistently.
uh, I'm assuming once I'm done, I don't see Ava.
Uh, I mean, by the time you go down, you you would knock on her door and she'd be in her room.
I don't
Probably
see
probably a
Ava.
little bit after. I mean, you don't see her in person, not till you get to her room, though.
Yeah, I'll go to her room and give her my report of I couldn't
Yeah.
find anything. But
And it'd be
I'll get the
basically just a
list.
few minutes after you receive the message about Corbin. It's when you hear that knock on the door.
The immediate response is notify me if you ever see him again. And if you have cameras set up anywhere, I don't know how you do things. Keep those watching as well.
Waiting for the door to be open.
I don't answer the door.
You don't?
Hmm?
You said you don't?
No, I do. Fucking yes. I opened the door.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Uh, well, I got bad news with a minor silver lining.
Go ahead.
I tore that place up and down and I couldn't find anything. The best I could have found was potentially some type of box or safe that was sitting in a place for a long time but gone.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect you to find anything, officer. No offense,
Well,
but
I at
I
least
don't think.
checked.
Personally, I would never hire a sloppy solo, so. I know
Eh,
that
you
it
never know.
was
Some
most
people
likely
keep
that.
secrets.
Well, yes, I'm sure he kept secrets, and then he left when he attacked me.
And took whatever was in his bedroom.
Yes, of course.
What floor was
He
that on?
probably.
Yeah, Grant lived on the third floor with the majority of you.
He
And we know that
probably had
they.
his place emptied out before the attack even began.
Hmm. Okay, so I'm seeing a pattern here. Alright, the only lead I got is possibly world set, and that's not much of a lead.
It's quite all right, officer. Just keep looking into it. Um, and you know what? I think here. I think this man might be involved. I don't know how yet, but
Have I seen this guy?
apparently he's been scoping out our place, and I show him the image.
Have I seen this guy?
Um, More than likely, you've you kind of give him a good look. Give me a second to look over some skills real quick. So I'm wondering. Do, do, do. Let's see. Mm, mm, mm. Give me. I guess there isn't really a role for it. Yeah, we'll just. You've seen him at least a couple times before, and it doesn't take you long to know, like, you've seen him in the neighborhood before, which now that you know who he is, it sounds so weird. Like, business execs don't make trips to the combat zone very often, so.
Hmm. Yeah, I've seen this guy a few times around the block. Honestly, I thought he was a hobo.
It seems like he's been watching the building before the attack.
Wait,
That
wait,
means he
wait,
was
wait.
probably involved.
What is he wearing normally?
Not business attire. He usually looks a little sketchy, but so does everyone. So it's not. It shades, maybe a long coat.
Yeah, that's why my character said that. I honestly thought the guy was a hobo.
I mean, far from hobo status, it's still good clothes. It's just certainly not like business exec. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen this guy a few times around the block.
Just if you see him again, apprehend him in conjunction with the case.
Mm, I can interrogate him, but I can't actually
Look,
arrest
it's
him without
outside of
evidence.
police jurisdiction anyway. Just do what you do best.
Right.
You don't have to follow your usual rules here. No one else's.
Do you at least have a name for this guy?
It's listed here as Corvin Hot, I believe.
Can I use criminology to see if the guy had a criminal record?
That's not what criminology would do.
Oh,
The best you can do is, if you're lucky, you can try to call some old buddies at the precinct and see if they can help you out. But
yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna call the old pal of mine as I pull up my agent and call up one of my old buddies that might know a little bit more.
all right, you you ring up an old someone you used to patrol with. Buddy goes ahead and answers the phone. Hey, hey, Jackie, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Hey, you still have your old you still have your computer that search for criminal records and where people live?
Uh, I mean, I'm at the precinct now, buddy, but
Oh,
what's going on?
we have a suspected drug lord, as I gave him a name and description.
Drug lord.
Yeah, I want to make
hang on.
sure the guy's actually not who he says he is before we make the bust.
Whoa! What makes the dude? You're on suspension. You're not supposed to bust nobody.
I didn't say me. I didn't
You
even
said
imply
we.
me.
You said we. Who's we? What's going on, man?
I meant we as the police force. That's what I meant.
Right. You're not on any cases, man.
I know. Just
What? Cut the shit. Stop. Quit lying. What's going on?
okay. This is confidential between the both of us.
All right.
We were, you know my landlord, right?
I I don't know personally. I know you're renting some cheap place out by the combat zone.
It was recently attacked last night.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Anyways, I want to follow up on a lead that said that this guy might be potentially have hired someone or potentially be looking into, you know.
Uh, all right, all right.
And I wanted you to check to see if we got anything on
All right. Give me a minute here. You hear him typing in on the keyboard. Hot. How do you spell that again?
them.
Uh,
I'll spell it slow for him.
okay. Oop. Whoa. Whoa. What the fuck did you get yourself into, man?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
All right. Well, I, I'm a, okay. All right. Look, here's the deal. There ain't much to tell. This guy's got a case file. He's got a few. Problem? They're all sealed. Can't read none of this. So whatever happened with him, I don't got access. But this guy's big name, like corpo, big name. What the fuck would he have to do with your little rundown apartment building?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right. Well, look. I mean, uh, yeah. I honestly, thing I can offer you, get the fuck out of that building, man. Because if these files are sealed like they are, this isn't a case closed sort of situation. This is a he has enough money to make things disappear.
Yeah, that gives me that gives me the itch.
Yeah. All right. Just just stay safe, man. Don't follow up on this, man. Just get out of here. Just get out of it.
I make no promises.
Look, your suspension is up in 2 months, man.
I know. I'm
You're
well
coming back
aware.
to the force. Don't get yourself shot over some stupid shit like this. All right.
Look, I can't help it when an innocent person's life was in danger.
All right. All right. I can't. I've never been good at talking you out of shit anyway. You do you, man. Just hit me up every once in a while. Make sure you're not dead. Got it?
I'll try to be safe. Thanks, man. I owe you one.
Yep, you do. See ya.
Okay, so we got a problem.
Wait, did you have that conversation in my room?
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't have him on speaker. You only heard my side of the conversation. What do you want to hear? The good news or the bad news?
Any news is quite fine by me.
Well, good news is he had a few cases on him. Bad news is they're all sealed. So, whoever this guy is definitely had some reason to hide and whatnot. Honestly, I'm half tempted to follow this case all the way through. But
But
I'm still on suspicion for about 2 months. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of legal crap.
I don't think suspension matters at a certain point. I mean,
Also,
you're
I-
here, and if he winds up shot, we don't have to worry about that.
yeah, gotta remember to buy him a coffee.
Of course, that's only if he's as bad as you say he is.
Well, I'm not certain about the case details because, like I said, sealed. But if anyone's most likely the reason why you got shot at just recently, it would be him. And fuck, I forgot to ask for an address. Do we have an address for the company?
This
Um, More than likely, it is located somewhere in like towards the executive zone. So
Okay, you glitched out horribly. What about the executive zone?
it's probably near, or if not in the executive zone. It's higher up place.
Alright.
Look, we're in an area where your usual police tactics won't be very beneficial. We don't need to know why he's doing this, but if he is, we need to deal with him, and if you could help, that would be much appreciated.
I'll help. And if we can find any evidence to actually pin this guy, even
He
better.
has, if the case is sealed, he's probably already done something and
Oh,
paid his
there's
way
no
out
doubt.
of it.
My guess
Then
is.
I don't think arresting him is the right idea.
Well, I'm not gonna kill him, but I will if I have to. I think we need to pay him a little visit in the zone, because otherwise you're just gonna get hit again. So it's either we take the fight to him and get him arrested. Worst case scenario. Grant is there, probably getting his arm replaced, which actually makes a lot of sense now.
Fair enough. What do you think is best, officer? Would probably work out.
Well, I can't. I'm on
Well,
suspicion.
I
Like
would actually would mention this one thing. You've been on the force long enough to know corpos. They're not easy to pin down. I mean, they will avoid if there's even the inkling that they're involved in a case. That case gets drawn out for years, usually, from them bouncing the bureaucracy around for the most part.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. All right.
Yeah, and if the cops don't give up, cops have a bad habit of disappearing. So
Yeah, and I'm the one cop that doesn't give up so easily.
yeah, so if anything, you'd know walking up to the front door and knocking is probably not going to work.
Yeah. All right.
You're gonna have to try and hunt down a connection somehow.
We we need a way to get in. We need someone that knows how to get in and whatnot, because I can't legally. Well, I can legally knock on the door, but if he even remotely gets a whiff that I'm on him in this new case, well, be the last time you ever see me. Period.
I don't know. In the meantime, maybe he'll come back. Just watch out for him.
I'll keep an eye out. I can't get a patrol out here though.
You don't need a patrol. You don't need to do this the usual way, as I said.
I really don't like doing that way, but
It's a
sometimes you
different
gotta go against the book.
world here.
Yeah. Like I said, sometimes you just gotta go against the book. So I'm probably gonna get suspended for even longer, but I'll work with it. Cause this guy is dangerous. The last thing we need him to do is him to kill more people, because my guess is those cases were very much like yours. And that's educational guess. Or speculation. I could be wrong. So, how do you want to handle this? With the connection.
We'll wait for now. See what we can learn.
Right. Alright. Shot in the dark, but have you already asked Aku to keep an eye out?
Why the hell do you
I don't know. They just seem like a boring person, in my opinion.
There's a lot more residents than us players.
Yeah, I
And
think
not to
they're.
mention, you don't know if she saw
I
me.
haven't even. You haven't even seen me talking to
Oh yeah,
him.
fair enough.
It-
We
it-
could get
we have
the.
to
Uh, hmm.
we do have to keep in mind that most people in the building don't know what Aku does for a living.
Fair. So my character probably wouldn't know. I guess we could check with the Andersons, but that's
No,
not gonna
no.
fly. Last time I tried to talk to them, they.
No, I think we keep it between me, you, and the two that helped us last night. If I
Alright.
can get them roped in.
The mask figure and the other solo.
You never
right?
saw Aku.
No,
The
I
other
did.
solo and
No, I saw a coup.
Oh.
I said mask figure. I never got the name.
Yeah, he saw my mask. He saw
Okay.
the glow.
I don't know about a mask figure, but yes, the other solo and the one who lost an arm. I imagine he'll want
Yeah, the
some
nomad.
deal of retribution.
Yeah. Should we really evolve him?
I mean, he has motive at the very least.
Fine. Let's assemble the team, I guess. I am so much going to get in trouble for this. But let's wait him out. If he comes back, great. If not, we'll try to see if Rex knows anyone that could get us in.
Get us in.
Sound like a plan?
Sure.
I mean, it's better than just sitting around here for God knows how long.
Oh, I don't plan to just sit around. Just keep an eye out.
Right. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Ooh, where that fuck? Alright. You have a good day now.
You as well, officer.
As I head back to my apartment. Since there are little to no leads other than talking to the phone company. And I don't think they will be appreciative of me poking around.
I mean, it's again it's again one of those situations dealing with anything with corporations is just a lot of red tape.
Yeah, so I can't really deal with them. I mean, I could ask the Andersons if they could do something, but and last thing I want to do, my character would want is only them a favor. Is there anything else we want to go through?
And that becomes my question. What do we want to do next?
Well, we basically.
I know I assigned our media specialist on it, but I will try and look up any recent dealings Vanguard has had, especially in conjunction with the phone company.
Oh, I guess I could do that too, since
You don't. I mean, sure.
I mean,
It's
you
Vanguard or Veteran?
Veteran, sorry.
veteran. I understood what he meant.
Everyone knew what I meant.
Well, I was going to actually state this for my character. for the reasoning why I didn't build into library research is because I liked the idea of being hands-on. I'm gonna go to Veterans Headquarters
Oh
when it
shit.
gets to nighttime,
Alright.
Okay.
and I'm going to simply say I was contracted to do a interview, and I'm going to bullshit my way throughout the entire time.
Alright.
So you're going there at night?
Night, day, it don't matter. Midday,
Well, it's past
about
midday.
closing time.
I mean, at night, more than likely the place is closed, or at the very least, the execs aren't in the office.
Oh, oh no, I'm expecting that. That's the thing. I'm going to be going in just around the closing time when they're about gone or left.
Okay.
Do we want to roleplay that?
I planned on,
Alright.
because this is gonna be interesting. All right. So you know it's gonna take a little while to basically get on the other side of town. You manage to you manage to catch a cab all the way up there. Uh, there you are at the front doors of the office. The sun's not quite setting, but you remember looking up the business hours on the website, and the offices are supposed to be closing next. How soon do you want to get there?
Uh, 2 hours before closing time.
2 hours. All right. That's
And the other thing I would look up is 5 different names of heads of this place.
okay. Give me
Library search.
yeah, do another library search. It's your easiest way.
I will put 2 points of luck, and I have 1 point of luck left.
Okay. 14. Uh, we'll just pop. You said 5 other names, or
5 other names, yes, other than the
okay.
one I do know of.
All right. So just for the sake, got Corvin there. Uh, I'm just making up names for now.
Billboard. Sarah Silva. Robbie Ross. All alliteration.
Uh,
I love comic books. Yes.
Timmy Turner. Yes. Very good.
Beautiful.
Fuck, Timmy Turner's after me. What am I gonna do?
Don't believe in fairies?
Gotta catch me some fairy.
oh God, Barrett.
Yep.
All right, there you go. Those are your. That is Corbin Hott. That's the CEO that you know of, and you've got your 5 other execs.
All right. So dressed in my tracksuit like always, got myself essentially my Echo ready for most things.
All
And
right.
the main way I start this off is I'm going to the literal front desk.
You open the door. There's a security guard, of course. There's a secretary woman sitting at the desk. She looks up. Uh, Bright smile as she greets all our guests. Hello, sir. What can I do for you today?
Hi, I'm here to interview one of the managers. I've gotten over the phone with quite a few of them, and they said one of them would be in tonight.
Oh, do you have an appointment, sir?
Well, they just said come in, and I couldn't remember his name. It was fucking Timmy Bob? No, that was Joe Bob. Timmy. Timmy Turner, and Robbie Rose told me that they might be in tonight.
Huh. Well,
Robbie Ross.
let me look at their schedules real quick. She starts clicking around on the computer here. Do um hmm. Well, it looks like Mr. Ross is actually out for the day. But Mr. Turner doesn't appear to have anything in his schedule for right now.
Oh, then he might just be relaxing. Do they not have a area where they kind of meet up?
Well,
Because
there's
it was kind of on short notice, so that's why I'm kind of late.
okay. Well, I will give him a call real quick if she picks up the phone. Who
Oh
I
no,
ask?
no, I the it's not that not needed for that. The fact is, I'm merely just trying to get this interview done real quickly, and the biggest point was merely to see how the workers were doing. I big point of the uh, I name off one of the not magazines, journals that refer to most of the um, fuck. What is the proper pronunciation of this? Looking for jobs in a sense. Basically trying to see
Journal.
how they treat their employees.
Okay. I um. Let's see.
If you want, if you have a break time, I don't mind talking to you.
Do she would could set the phone down. Well, I I'm on the clock at the moment, but I suppose as long as no other guests come in, I could answer a few of your questions.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you mind if I record a bit?
Uh,
But I have everything
not
from
not not at all. Yeah. What was
wonderful.
the name of that news journal again? As she seems to kind of start to get interested.
Uh, I just straight name off that one I was talking about. I don't know if it exists or not. It, it's just a very simple one, and we go over the best way is to get it in with the best companies and simply you just or get people started after getting out of school.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Rising stars as well.
uh, yeah. Go ahead with whatever questions and stuff you needed.
Okay, so I ask like five bullshit questions before I start
Okay,
continuing on
okay.
that involve around uh, best educations to get in here, uh, what kind of work ethic do most of the people have, blah 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 blah. Uh,
Hmm.
then I start digging into her personal thoughts
Mm.
on the owners of all the people you gave me, including the main guy that we know.
All right. Well, go ahead and give me under your social tree, give me a conversation roll.
Boop. Use a
Me-
luck point. 14. It's all my luck.
I'm gonna double check something real quick. Looking over the rules.
Man, I have a plus 11 on that and I rolled shit.
That's how it happens sometimes. All right, perfect. So the 14. Uh, after kind of you can tell she's not trying to talk bad about some of the higher ups around here. Sometimes it's like short answers of like, oh, he's a very good boss. Oh, she's wonderful. Um,
When she says those types of comments, I
mhm.
give off small snickers of, so talks down to underlings.
Well, no. I didn't. I would never say that. Of course, um,
Oh, you don't need to.
um,
I'm here for my own comments as well.
okay, yes, um, like Miss Silver's wonderful with people. Mr. Turner's head of this building in particular. He's he keeps very. He's more to himself, but busy. Um,
As it sounded.
I mean, all right, you just asked about the five execs.
Yes, about the 5 execs, and then I'm going to ask, do you have a bathroom I can run to? I seem to have gotten some bad food lately.
Oh, yes, as she sort of stands up. Just down that hall right past the elevators.
Thank you. When I go down the hallway, can any of them see me in the hallway?
The hallway is pretty much a straight shoot from the door, but once you go into the bathroom, it's like a hall that leads around the corner to the bathroom.
Okay, basically, what I'm trying to do is sneak off and snoop into rooms.
On the first floor of the building, there are no rooms. You would have to either you'd have to
No, I
use
kind of figured there'd be no rooms. I'm trying to figure out where the stairs are.
you would find a stairwell within the same hallway. The door would be locked.
Okay, scoping out, scoping out. Uh, I go ahead and pretend to use the restroom. Or actually, no, I actually use the restroom.
Okay.
And I come out and then I start asking a few more questions in the plans of the business itself on if it plans to expand any situation.
Um, well, I I can't really speak for most of the higher ups. I know the company recently just had the big news story about she kind of paused and kind of gulps as she says the CEO is wanting to help invest in the old combat zone.
I see, and you don't exactly like the idea?
Well, no. It sounds like a perfect, perfectly noble goal. I completely, and I'm all for it. The company's always been trying to help those in need.
As I look over to the guard, what's the guard doing right now?
Just standing there. He's got some like built-in sunglasses on his head, so like you can't really see where he's looking or anything. But he's pretty much just, as far as you can tell, it's probably straight ahead or watching you. But he's just stood by the front door.
So no shady business, no, of course not. Uh, well, other than that, do you think there might be another time I could come visit and interview one of them? If you could see about setting up an appointment for me the next time?
Um, well, let me check the schedule here. Let's see. Regarding, well, if you were wanting to speak with in regards of like the employment and stuff, Mr. Bob would probably be the best. He's the one that's in charge of the regional factories, that the people actually producing the thrust items. I'm sure you know that stuff already. Um, but I can send him an email and get your information and sort
Well,
of start.
that's where I kind of fall more interest in the other heads. For he's more active, yes, but I wanted to find out more about how the rest of the heads control the warehouses and the workers.
Well, not everyone's involved. He's in charge of the factories and the main employees. Mr. Turner's in charge as manager of this office here. He's the boss I go to directly. Um, Miss Silver's more of the in the accounting office.
Miss Silver might be one of the easiest to get a hold of then.
I believe she's still in the building. If you wanted me to put you in contact.
If it's not a hassle.
I could give her a call right now if you'd like, as she picks up the phone.
And I don't stop.
Okay. She picks up the phone, dials whatever extension, and guys are sitting there for a little bit, long enough, and she goes ahead and hangs up the phone. I, hmm, she might be busy with some other work right now. She doesn't seem to be answering right this second. Sorry about that. I'll shoot her an email about you coming through. She starts typing on the computer.
Well, thank you very much for your time as I start heading out.
You notice her, like as you walk out, you start to notice her kind of look up and like kind of start to ask a question, but you've already like gone out the door.
And I'm sure that question was, what was that name?
You'll never know.
Uh,
So, did you get the information you're looking for?
no, I wanted to snoop around more, but for now, this is as much as I'll get.
It didn't even ask about Mr. Hot himself. All right.
Well, I asked about the managers, but at the end of the day, Hot's being, not seen, normally around here from what I know of. Mainly been seen around my main area, which is where I'm going to start actually getting questions around in the future. As when I'm around the area, it's at night.
Hmm. I mean, probably one of your real easy ways of getting information is probably put the story out to your subscribers saying, hey, I got a big scoop I'm looking into.
Well,
Yeah, that
as
is
it
your real
stands,
power there.
well, that's the thing. I just got my first recording.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I was mainly getting evidence,
Okay.
subtleties of the voice.
Mhm. Yeah, usually
I
whenever it came to like the higher ups, she was hesitant. The one she was the most hesitant about was the CEO, but
and that is where I decided to do the whole uh, review over a conversation on the channel, and I basically do the whole bullshit. What do you think, bros?
oh god, I forgot you're the surfer.
Gnarly. Anyway,
It's California, man.
uh, and that is basically the set of my next night of getting the video set up.
While our media man is out for the afternoon into the evening, did anyone else want to try to follow up on information or?
Well, I
I
can't.
still wanted to look into um, more about uh, the cell company working with
Yep.
veteran, and I wanted to look more into who is often donating to veteran and possibly why.
Yep.
Uh,
Uh.
if you ask Aku for some of the links and stuff or some of the files he found, I imagine he would send them your way.
Yep.
Everything, everything that has to do with this case is already in her files,
Okay.
in her messages, I should say. Sorry.
So, as far as veterans' connection to WorldSat directly, there is not a lot of open information about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, your easiest way of finding anything on that is more so going through your fixer methods of trying to hit up some people saying, "Hey, can you have you found any dirt on this sort of thing?" But that's the kind of thing that some people might charge for.
Yeah. Um. Then I'll try and find because there has to be some records of who has donated and maybe their excuse as to why. And I'll try and find that information.
As far as some of the connections with veteran and other companies, uh,
Paintings, buying paintings from them.
buying paintings. Yes, there's a great art
No,
industry
no,
from the
no, embezzlement is hard thanks to art.
I know.
Art is subjective, so
Hmm.
if a
Uh,
piece of paint,
go ahead and give me library search and sort of looking into any of the connections.
All right. Come on, computer.
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
That's under education, yeah. I'll also
16.
throw 7 points of luck on that.
Oh, okay. All right. You dig deep. You're going this is an all-nighter education session. You start hopping into even chat rooms. You're emailing people. You're digging up everything you can find on this, and some of the base information is easy enough to come across. It is veteran is one of those like charity companies, their whole
Yeah.
motto helping people in need, especially military veterans. Their whole thing is prosthetics to make people feel normal again. But very coincidentally, they receive a lot of donations from like major security companies, uh, the occasional private militaries, government funding, and just a bit of digging, some eyewitness accounts, few personal stories. It is fairly common this place goes a little further than just feeling normal, more closer to the feeling like a super soldier. Easily going into the manufacturing of weapons and armaments, especially built into cybernetic limbs, hiding them. And these donations are less so donations to a nonprofit organization, more so to buying these enhanced cybernetics. Um, but I mean, this is the kind of dirt you're going to pick up on most companies if you start digging long enough.
Fair enough. I just want to know what I'm working with. I mean, I'm
You're
sure
you're
I already know a certain degree of things about our lovely CEO.
Yes, you're working with a company that often, on the surface is, trying to be the good guys, but is often the ones manufacturing and supplying for the bad guys. There are even some deep rooted
What
rumors that they might be selling to gangers as well for
what
the right price.
cybernetics did I remember? I might have wrote them down. Um, but I found out what cybernetics Grant had. Did those come from? Were those Vanguard made? I mean, not
Um,
Vanguard. I keep calling it that. Veteran.
to be honest, Vanguard is a better name, but but let's pull up Grant's sheet real quick. Let me look over some things here. Where? Oh, it's 'cause I'm looking in the wrong book. That would help. There we go. He had cyber arms, cyber legs, and cyber optics. The optics were certainly not from veteran. Uh, I'd say looking through the medical files, the cyber legs that he has with supposedly jump boosters installed, those were not, donations from veteran by any means, but they were veteran standard.
Okay, that's a little bit on how he got paid, probably.
Mhm. Oh, hey, hi, Kevin.
Is session over?
Kinda.
Basically.
We're getting to the end. A lot of gathering research together and figuring things out, putting the pieces
Cool.
together.
Yeah.
Anything else, or is that the extent of my research?
For the most, like any, in terms of like veterans connection to other things, nothing real specific. There's a bunch of names of corporations.
Do I find any buildings they've specifically worked on? Like, I know they're trying
veteran-
to fix up the destroyed parts of the city. Is there any?
Well, they're not a construction company. They aren't
I don't mean like
directly
work
doing
on
any
like
work.
that. Like if they own anything around the inner city.
Um, they wouldn't directly, but you can follow a paper trail of WorldSat purchasing some buildings in your area, even. Well, not like right down the street or anything, but sort of in that near the combat zone place. As well as WorldSat has happened to move into places that weren't available before, and a few buildings happen to get destroyed. And once you
Oops.
start adding up the numbers, it sort of matches a decent
Okay, so
sum of money.
that's where their game is.
How many sessions have I? Just this one. Oh, fuck.
But that's just about all the info you've got together.
Yep.
No, Eternity changed his avatar.
And the second the video is made, it will be posted at 12 a.m.
All right,
and will be linked to Eva.
Ava, but yes.
Ugh.
Whatever. It's not important.
Anyway,
You really
Um,
want me to fucking start pronouncing things correctly when you guys haven't pronounced my shit once correctly?
we
I
agreed
mean,
on
I
Aku.
pronounced it correctly. That's not his name, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not even close.
What the fuck? I told we agreed.
I was fine with it. I never said anything about it.
Yeah, because the first episode we had the issue of how the hell to pronounce your name.
I know, and I called myself what it was, and everyone just started calling me a coup. So I just let it happen.
Shortened.
That's what happens in Night City. You don't get to choose your name. People give you a name.
I mean, people call me Zero, so people call me Jackie. Just really depends on
I
the
literally haven't
situation.
even given the player characters my name, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not like you're actually giving
I
me
mean-
real identity.
I mean, you wrote something in my records because I do keep records.
Yeah, I wrote my actual name because it's my records.
Yeah, that's the only time I've actually wrote my real legitimate name, probably as well.
And even then, my name is probably fucking bullshit because I'm a nomad originally.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough. I don't really care
Yeah,
if anyone gives me their real name.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're not you're desperate enough. You're not asking for someone's social security card so you can check the. All right, could you please fill out this form? Do you have the
I do
deposit?
personal
All right, here's
background
your
checks
room.
to make sure I don't get robbed, but other than that.
Personal background checks equate as, hey Rex, there's this guy that just moved in. Can you dig up anything on him? Oh yeah.
Yep. That is
Oh
how
yeah. I'll have
my
Grant take him out later.
business
You
runs.
don't want that guy in the building.
I get to keep the body this time, right?
Do you want to pay for it?
You got it last time. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the deal. I can charge you for the removal, or I get to keep the body. What do you want? Fixers, man. Yep. But with that, I believe we will call it a night with one Last thing to make a note of. Being on the second floor, you are the first one to hear, well, I mean, everyone hears it, sirens going off. As everyone kind of looks out their window, they see a fire truck come down the road and park in front of your guys' building. I just have to double check the number. I want to say it's 5 firefighters, but I know it wrote down a specific number. Yep, 5. I was right. 5 firefighters come on out of the fire truck and head into the second floor. Ava, walls are thin enough that really, even if you just listen on your door or open the door, you can hear them start knocking on the first floor, and they don't hear a response. You hear kicking indoors as
Cool.
they're kind of calling out like, evacuate the building, there's a fire down here. And you can hear them start to make their way to the second floor.
Do I smell smoke at all?
You do not.
Yeah, about the same.
Okay. All right. Here's a question.
Huh?
I know we've previously stated that there are not locks on the barred windows because I
Yes.
don't care about other people's safety.
Yes.
But I care about my own safety. Can I try and get out of my room and onto the fire escape?
In the next session, yes.
Okay. Cool.
I will say, within reason, your bedroom is specially souped up to whatever degree you want.
I have a giant rail gun in the corner.
I have a mobile security turret that I can mount on any wall. I also have a deployable Jeep I can just throw out my window. I have a ray gun that eviscerates people in a glass case.
That sounds very
Oh.
specific, but nice.
I have a cyborg wife with guns in her titties to help defend me.
Now I just have the mental image of DC's robotic version of Lois. You know the one that Lex
Oh,
Luthor
God.
made?
I have an image of Austin Powers' second movie, but hey,
I've never seen it,
each
so
their
I
own.
don't have that reference.
Like I have one image that I'm sure not everyone has seen, which is rocket titties, but
Rocket? What?
yeah, it's in a movie.
I feel like I
I
should
gotta ask my
ask,
mother
but at
what it
the
is in the
same
future.
time, I probably shouldn't.
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember the movie's name. I have to
Ah.
ask tomorrow. Anything.
Yeah.
Anyways.
There you go, guys. Got a good information hunt.
I actually had fun with that.
Yeah. It's kind of
I'm
fun.
not the best at it, but I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad you don't have points in library search.
I wanted to be a hands-on one.
Yeah.
I don't use
I
the
didn't-
library. I don't even know how to read. Do you think Logan Paul can read? No, he can't.
Hey,
You can read his
hey.
subscriber count.
Anyways,
That's not
can we
my name.
quiet
You
down,
know
please?
that.
Thank
Wait,
you.
Logan Paul.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's not right. It was a. How the fuck did I name myself? Was
I
it
don't know how
Logan
you
Paul?
I don't know how you named yourself. I remember during character creation, you had said you were basing it off of like Logan or Jake Paul.
Which one was it that found the body?
It was Logan.
And it was a.
Or was it, actually, I have no idea.
I
Hang
don't
on, I have
really
to look this
care.
up.
I don't
They're in the
remember.
same. They're in the same league.
Yeah, they're not
Anyways,
exactly that much better than one another.
with all that said and done, we'll see y'all mates next time.
Yep.